The Origins of Life, Reflections of Love and Light, Part 5. So again, with this one, you can see the pinecone pattern, and also the kind of mottled kind of sky. It's brighter there. It's quite a passionate day in terms of like heavy cloud and all these kind of things. It's like the ocean looks dark and all that kind of stuff. You can't see the sun in the eye or like that kind of thing. Like, you know, some days you don't see the sun there because of it and stuff. And also the roughness of the seas. So it could have been like, you know, quite a stormy day or all that kind of stuff like that. It's kind of representing, you know what I mean? It's another aspect of how the elements work together, you know? So you got pictures like this, and how it splays out. It's like the fish's fins, especially like the spine part of the fin. You know, it's also comparable to leaves and flowers as well. You know, if you look at the shapes and the patterns, and you know, I've got them like that as well. You see. It's thinner, it sprays white, you know what I mean? You got that dark colour there and stuff like, so then you compare it again to, you know, like that. And there were a couple we missed. I didn't realise because it's a different type of file type. Yeah, and you can see sky, like the horizon line there. Another thing to note, the horizon rises to eye level, doesn't it? So that's why the sun sets there and stuff like on the fish. And then you got all the distorted sun patterns and tiger to leopard kind of patterns and stuff like, and also the red, you know what I mean, for the like the sunset kind of aspect, or you know, or just the sun, you know. I missed one of them. It's a bit brighter so you can see it better. I see like there the waves. It's water touching tips and stuff like. So like the previous one with the Siamese fighting fish, you can see the waves being, oops, being like that, you know, like with the white spray and all that kind of stuff like. So, you know, quite a lot of the fish do it in this kind of pattern. Like spiders' legs and a lot of insects' legs, like the tips of them, all have that like white spot. Like look at a tarantula, for example, you know, the stripy ones. You can see it down there as well. Again, focused light and distorted light and stuff. I showed you that one. Another clownfish. More orange, less dark, but you know, not as orange as the ones that you normally see and stuff like. But I don't know, I wanted to include it because they were after the other two. The black and the daytime and the nighttime one. You got another one with this here. It's round mouth this time, isn't it? And you got that there Oh, I think it was right mouth last time, but yeah, you got the sunset. So if we look at it that way, it's like the sun's setting on the horizon. You got another one there. I just think it's a duplicate of the sun, basically. The seafloor, the sea above, or vice versa. You know what I mean? It could be looking up at the sea surface, and that's the seafloor, but you know, you'd expect the bottom to be the seafloor, but you know, but you do see that pattern. You know what I mean? When you look down and stuff like, and that could represent up. It depends. It depends. All of them. Obviously, focus light, any zebra type of patterns and stuff like, all just white. You know what I mean? So it's like all of a sudden are focused into like that light area. You know what I mean and stuff like. That with orange tail. You got one of these that's got an orange tail as well. Is it same? Again, you got all that pattern. Like I said, it's like the zebra as well. And then like the fins, the splash at water which comes out at ocean, where the sunlight captures it. You know what I mean? That's like later, so it's like more orange. It's like, you know, towards sunset. In daytime, it's like brighter yellow. At sunrise. So, you know, it's self-explanatory, you know what I mean? You can see it's on the sun brightness of it and stuff like. Remove those lines, like I said, and you can just see the orange and see that as a photo. And the focus light. It reminds me of the Aliens movie, right at the beginning when Ripley's in the cryogen tube asleep and stuff like, and there's like a probe which comes into the room and scans the room. There's a beam of light that comes over everything. You know what I mean? It's like that, but it's like I said, photogenic itself onto it's like DNA or whatever and stuff like. Get colour properly. Again, you can see all. You know, it's all sun, really bright. Like this is like, you know, tropics and stuff, isn't it? So like even the shadowed area looks like really bright and hot or whatever and stuff like. You got all the speckles of light on wave tip, indicating in between all this area and stuff like. You know, on in between orange and yellow where it kind of meets. So it's like that's where the focused light is on the ridge, like in between and stuff like kind of thing. So like on the edge of that, it's got the reflection and stuff like. Then sky, ocean floor, clouds and stuff like in between it all. Yeah, like even stripes and stuff like, and always look that good and stuff like. That dot there. Remember, like in top corner of the TV, you'd get like a little circle it's like that, you know what I mean? When you think about how photography works and stuff like it's like kind of showing you, you know what I mean? It's like that's how God's done it in a sense and stuff like. One of them. You can see it a little bit better. They've all got their own photograph. You know, they're all individual. Off at most part, you know what I mean? Like some of them might have guaranteed to be the same pattern or whatever and stuff like. Like the parrot I've got is, you know, you can't tell them apart and stuff like. Well, for male and female and stuff like that kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, sunset, clouds. I think maybe blackest clouds are along them lines. Unless that's like the focus at light, you know what I mean, and stuff as that's coming over and wave and stuff like. So it's only catching like one bit of that area kind of thing. And the orange is a dispersed light. Another one of them. Colour right. So you can see photograph at sun and moon, or if, like I say, if it's just for sun, it's so easy to, you know, get that to be sure on what I'm saying with, you know, is that the moon? You know what I mean? It could be the sun. But again, with all dark and stuff like that kind of thing, it almost looks like nighttime and stuff like. But again, with the glow off at the bottom and stuff like that, it's still got some. One aspect of like being able to see in dark, you know what I mean? How well can the ocean do that? You know what I mean? So, a question in that kind of sense and stuff. Speckles of light for water, or sunlight on water and stuff again. See wave. The orange. Waves again. Even like these bits. You know, light gets through, you know what I mean? Like how it gets through light. Especially at a distance and stuff. I suppose like, you know, like the landscape pictures and stuff like, let's have a look at like that. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's right. It's got a lot of atmosphere and, you know, the clouds in the way and all these kind of things and stuff like that. It's kind of a difficult journey for the light in a sense. So you get it in there and stuff like that. It depends. You see like water patterns, obviously colour. And blue kind of stands out for it, doesn't it? And stuff. Silver, beach, sand, colour, reflection. Spots off the top of ocean. Sunlight spots. Horizon meets the eye. Lines. The darkness between it and stuff like. So that's like, you know, it's showing you it's the sun because of that. Sunset. And blue at ocean. This is one I missed. You got that one beam of light which is coming through, and you so that's like the focus light of the sun and stuff, like, you know, it's yellow, you can see it's obvious in that kind of way. And you got it again at the tail, so that's like the sunset. If I could twist it, it won't do it on this type of file image. You got all blue and all these kind of things and stuff. But with just that one, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know, it just seems to like stand out. I don't know whether like the camera quality, again with like bringing the colour through and stuff like that. See there, it's got that, it's like that rich yellow, you know what I mean? So it just makes it obvious in a way. You can tell, you know what I mean? It's like, it's only squashed because it's like, it's our lights bringing it in. So then our water's recording it from the angle that it's, angle of the lens, like shape of the lens and stuff like that. You see this green? This is relevant as well. I might actually do that before we continue. No, I'll continue where I am. See this? You got the sun there, which is represented as an eye. It's got another one on the other side, so it's like scares predators away or whatever and stuff like. But you can tell that it's a sun, like the light in it and stuff like. And then you got the horizon line, where all the ocean and all the sparkles of the sunlight is reflecting off it and stuff. Which, it looks really cool, you know what I mean? Yellow part of it there. See the horizon, like all here. Sun, the sun again, or is it the moon? You know what I mean? We've got different phases and stuff, haven't we? So does it relate to that and all that kind of thing? It should do. Colour properly. Actually, sunspots again, sunlight spots. Except when you got it here. Sunlight, again, looking like, you know, scaring the predators away because it looks like an eye. And like Nature's Pulse, that that video that I did about, we're talking about the beads of water, how it magnifies the light, and you know what I mean, that's how the plant realised it could formulate an eyeball, or you know, for whichever kind of creature it's going to create and stuff, like whether it's an insect, a human, mammal, you know, etc. But also like in here, you see like how the white is coming out of that red. That's like the sunlight in between the wave. Quite a lot of them had like this wood effect. So that it's also, well, we see that in the wood, you know what I mean? It's starting to look like wood there, you know what I mean? How you get the grain lines and stuff like. So it all fits in together, you know what I mean? It's gonna like its primary source is the water. It's like that's where the information is. And then, you know, the water creates everything else, like, you know, algae, moss, fungus, etc. You know what I mean? You got the hawk moth. You see the waves catching the sunlight on each wave. It's red underneath as well. It's a redness here, it's a brightness at sun. It's a landscape. And then waves. Waves. Sun. You get your pine cone. You get the sunlight in every single. Oh, we used to call it an eye, didn't they? But well, it is. But it's initially the sun, isn't it? So that's where it kind of comes from, stuff. The blue goes into the green. I'll explain the green soon. And you see all the gold as well, like like that. You're going into like astral realm kind of colours and all these kind of things and stuff. If you have those eye migraines, you kind of see in them colours there, which is really cool and stuff like. It plays out as well, like in a watery fashion, which is like a plant fashion. You know what I mean? How plants grow, but like influenced by water, which I'll touch up on that as well. See sunlight on its cheek. So it's white, so a daylight kind of thing. See where it sunsets. And you got these. Somebody thinks that it looks like a spider. You look at the spider. You look at that. I think it looks like a python. When you think of it like a python, it looks like a really good picture of a python. You know what I mean? With reflection of light on its eyes and stuff like its mouth open. So for it to like reflect the trauma, you know what I mean, and stuff like, because that is something which would imprint into your mind really well and stuff like. And what is it imprinting to? You know what I mean? It's like, like I say, when you create an image and stuff like that, you're looking at water having light refracted through it, basically. That's what I imagine so, anyway. But again, these are like waves, water patterns, you know what I mean? Which is like growing into what's appropriate for veins and leaves and all that kind of pattern and stuff like, which repeats everywhere and stuff like. But I'm gonna leave it there because otherwise it's gonna cut off and I won't get a chance to. I need to restart and get on with the next one. But thank you anyway. I'll catch you later. I'll get on with the next one. Cheers.